So I'm gonna try to keep this, I want to say PC, because at this point I'm being challenged. I've been being challenged, but at this point it might be go time. I'm so sick of this motherfucking school, and I'm so sick of that motherfucking principal. It all starts with the head. That school is the way it is because of that motherfucking principal, and I'm tired. This bitch keep trying me. She keep motherfucking trying me. So today was my son's first day back to school. He had got suspended for 5 days because of a bus fight. Some little ragged ass little girl was fucking with him and some other kids. Last period of the school day, she brought her raggedy shit onto the bus, called my son out. They ended up fighting. Okay, boom, whatever. I ain't even make a big fuss. Okay, whatever. This is his first day going back. Okay, and I don't know. Autistic people are intuitive. They really are. Last night before my son went to bed, he said, "Mom, I need you to give me a pep talk." He says, "I haven't been to school in a while. I just need you to give me a pep talk." And I know what he meant. He's been out of routine for a while. He needs help getting back on track. So I kind of went over with him, hey, this is what we do when we get overstimulated. We ask for breaks. If we can't verbally ask for breaks and we just end up eloping, just go to a safe space. Just a quick reminder. I know my son knows me. He knew to come to me, right? But his spirit was probably also telling him he was going to get in some shit today, right? So I get a call. It's from the principal. "Good morning, Miss Gully, Miss Brown." Yep, fake ass nice pleasantries, whatever. Okay, cool. I have Joshua here with me. He left class. Took about 30 minutes for him to, get him to come with me, but he is with me, and he's in my office. I have a chair up against the door because I don't want him to run out. Okay. Pause. My son has a history with this woman. I don't like this bitch, and neither does my child. She has this passive aggressive, like nice, nasty type of attitude. She done shit. She done said shit in front of and to him. He ain't forgot. He don't feel safe with this bitch. Okay? That's probably why it took so long. But anyway, we'll resume. I have him here. I want to see if we can get him back on track to get back to his day. Redirect him. But he's non-communicative. Pause. That's new. She ain't never called me. Ain't never called me using that language. So that tells me that fire on her ass. That tells me my call to the superintendent done move some shit. Because now you're using the proper lingo. Okay, now we're using words like redirect, and we want to get him back on track. It wasn't just the, "Oh, come get him," or "Oh, he's suspended." So we're actually doing what we're supposed to do. You want to redirect. So I was like, oh, this is great. That gave me some, a little bit of hope in that moment. But I said, honestly, if he's not talking, and it's been at least 30 minutes for you to even try to pull him in, I said, he's probably just shut down completely. There's nothing I can really do with him over the phone. I'll just come get him. She said, okay, about how long will it take? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Moments after we hung up, my son's texted me. Okay. So when he's in this mode, he cannot. Verbally, he cannot. His body is locked. He cannot talk. But the fact that he even texted me shows me progress. He was still trying to communicate. He texted me, "Mom, I'm fine. I just want to go back to class. I just didn't want to talk to her." I understood, of course. So I immediately called back. "Hey, my son just texted me. He said he actually wants to go back to class, right?" She says, "Oh, well, that's not an option. I think it's just best you still come get him." I said, "Well, what about redirecting? Isn't the goal is just to go ahead and get him back on, to his day?" She says, "Well, after me having to chase him for 30 minutes, that ain't his choice." What? So that was a show. That was you trying to do your part and following rules of what whomever was telling you that you should be, how you should be handling these situations. You could say, well, I at least tried, right? I offered redirection and mom just decided to come pick him up. But then I say no, of course, because I'm thinking, hey, he's been down too long. He probably ain't coming back from this. I'm going to get him. But then I call back and say, hey, he's actually responding. We can get him back on his day. And you say, you took that personal. Yo, black ass could have went back in that room and said, hey, okay, Joshua, mom said you texted. You want to get back to your day? And he would have went on by his day. Okay. I said, oh, okay. I said, so this is now an ESC issue. Don't worry about it. I'm coming. She tried to say something, and I just said, okay, I'm coming. Bye, and hung up the phone. Sure did. I get there. She comes out. She's saying something to him. I can see her coming through the double door. She's saying something to him. This goddamn bee. Oh my goodness. She's saying something to him. And I can tell it just wasn't. If I could have snatched the door open and said, quit talking to my son, because you're probably saying some bullshit to him, right? She comes out. She says, okay, well, I got the story now of what happened. Because when she first called me before, she hadn't had a chance to get to the story. And when I called her back to let her know he wanted to stay at school, she says, well, I'm on my way now to try to see what, get the story was. So by the time I got there, I guess she had gotten the story. Now, I'm livid. Whole ride there, I'm fucking livid. Get to the school, I'm shaking. I'm livid. So she comes out. They come out. She proceeds to try to tell me, okay, well, I got, the story as to what happened. I said, respectfully, Miss Brown, I'm not in a space to talk to you right now. I cannot talk to you right now. Can you just have somebody give me a call and let me know what happened? She said, so you don't want to know what happened? I said, I do. I can't talk to you right now. I just can't. I said, I'm very upset, and to keep this professional, I just need somebody to call me. I cannot talk to you right now. She looks at me. She says, well, who you want to call you? Because at this point, we're running out of people. This comes from when I had a meeting on March 7th in person when we had to have the district rep come in, the district ESC rep. I told them, I said, I'm not comfortable with this person y'all have as the ESC specialist, who I learned later on is not a real ESC specialist. I'm not comfortable talking to her, okay? And one of the assistant principals was in on this meeting, and he actually had somebody document this, document my concern. So that left like 7 other people in that room that I could talk to at any time, that I was okay with talking to. When the superintendent got involved, he took it upon himself to say, hey, we want to only communicate with you. But then she said, hey, the principal, when she was talking to them, he took it upon himself to tell the principal that we only wanted to communicate with her. I didn't say that. I damn sure wouldn't agree to it, but I was like, whatever. He's involved. I'm going to let him drive. He told her, we only want to talk to you. And she was just like, okay, well, yes, it'll be myself or Miss Rios. Cool. No. She said it'd be me, Miss Rios, or Miss Swaby. And I again reiterated I'm not comfortable speaking to Miss Swaby. So they decided it would be Miss Rios. So for her to come back and now say this snarky shit to me. And I literally looked at her like, I was stunned for like maybe 10, 15 seconds. And I said, Miss Brown, the only person I ever said I was uncomfortable talking to was Miss Swaby. She said it again. Who would you like to get a call from? So now she wanted me. I didn't answer, right? So then so then she brings up the bus situation. She says, oh, and also, are the children on the correct bus? She says, because if I heard correctly, they're not on the right bus, and that fight might have been preventable. I said, okay, let me make sure I'm understanding you. Are you saying that fight was my child's fault because they're on the wrong bus? She says, well, no, I know with the social worker who was working on transferring their buses, she said that she was waiting on you to give her some kind of documentation or an update about them getting on the right bus. I said, no, I clearly told her what bus they need to be on and what the situation was. I said, I can forward you the email. She was like, oh, no, I believe you. So I again asked her, so are you saying that fight was my son's situation? She was like, well, no, what I'm saying is there might be too many kids on the bus, and that just might not be the best situation for him. I said, well, ma'am, he's never had an issue on that bus. Number one, he's never had an issue on the bus. And number two, he didn't start that fight. She left it as is. I said, okay, we're going to go now. You can have Miss So-and-so call me. I'm tired of this bitch. I just sent a nice, beautiful email. Ran it through ChatGPT to make sure it was professional enough. Sent it to the superintendent and the ESC district lady. Now, she had already reached out to me yesterday. We set up for an IEP meeting for next Tuesday. I don't know if this is just an end of the year IEP meeting, which they normally do to kind of prepare for the next school year, or if this is just the meeting that we had discussed having back from our meeting on March 7th. And here we are almost 2 months later and just not having that meeting. I don't know. But I believe she is now going to give me a call with her supervisor, and I'll ask those questions then, because of the email I just sent today. She responded saying, thank you for letting us know your concerns. We're going to be in touch with you very soon. Yada, yada, yada. But yeah, there needs to be a conversation, because before that IP meeting next week, yeah, I definitely need to be able to say some things. I'm tired of being nice. I'm tired of being nice. But it's funny because I feel like my spirit is calling me, which I already knew. But I had so much going on that I didn't want to do it, just to be honest. But to be the whistleblower, it's something going on with this principal. I don't know if her time is just done or she just is corrupt and she need to go, but it's something going on with this principal. Her time is done. And I don't know if the spotlight might already be on her, and this parent is putting pressure, putting more of the spotlight on her, but the school is under horrible direction from her. I'm tired of this bitch. It's go time. It's go time.